I just watched it again this morning.
Again?
Yeah.
I wasn't all that impressed with it.
You saw the name of the funeral home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chaplet Thingamabry.
Yeah, it's named after Dodo.
Yeah.
Took me a day to figure that out.
It took you a day to figure that out.
Well, you know, who thinks about Dodo?
Well, if you read Who Killed Kennedy, you think about her a lot, actually. Her getting syphilis and dying.
She got it from Kennedy?
Well, he might as well have done, but no. The Master was in that one as well. He was responsible for her fucked up head, wasn't he?
And also, about her actress, I think she's the only actress who played a companion who hasn't done any commentaries or anything for the DVDs.
That's true. That's very true.
What is that?
Oh, I see Graham just showed up.
There he is.
Wakey, wakey. Baldy locks, come on. Wake up.
Baldy
Come on, Graham.
Afternoon, gentlemen. My apologies for my tardiness.
That's okay. We waited on you.
Now let's get the show on the road.
Don't you mean your TARDIS-ness?
Well,
Yeah, the old style TARDIS, not the new versions, but the old style TARDIS.
all right, Harry. I know you've got a bee in your bonnet, so let's get this show on the road.
Okay, let's
Old
look
style
at
TARDIS with all the round rolls and everything.
Oh, yes. Another series finale put away. Hard to believe, the other day it seemed we were just sitting here waiting and it was going to be months before the first episode for Series 8 aired. And now here we are, the finale's aired. And let me get this straight for all you guys who are listening out there. Yeah, by the way, I did hit the record button about 2-3 minutes ago. Osgood is dead.
You hope.
You hope she's dead.
It's
You
not her
hope.
little. It's not her little Saigon copy.
She's never coming back, my fight.
Take one, Bill. Yeah.
Tonight she's sleeping in hell. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
blimey.
got bow tie.
Or she's a Cyberman. Oh, there you go.
No, she got ashed.
yeah, she.
Yeah, she's controlling the Cybermats.
He does our best to keep going. You'll be fine. All done, good order.
But one thing I want to bring up before we formally start. Okay, let's run through the gambit right here really quick. All right, we started off with Peter Pratt, who I think got sucked into the Eye of Harmony at the end, at the end of the Deadly Assassin. Then we went on to Jeffrey Beavers and Keeper of Traken. He manages to live and takes over another body. Yeah, who happens to be Anthony Ainley, who after a series of adventure gets torched in Planet of Fire. But he comes back in survival.
Yep.
We don't really know what happened to him after that point. But then we got, Derek Jacobi, who turns into John Sim who gets torched. And we know that the first two masters got char-baked somehow.
It's
like, it's getting to the point, it's like, why don't we just call him, instead of the master, we just call him Matchlight and get it over with? See, it seems like the poor thing's getting barbecued, disintegrated, or something like that. It's like, my gosh.
Now, what you forgot to mention about Anthony Ainley in Survival is that he came back looking like Michael Jackson.
Ow!
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, White Jelly.
Yeah.
Good morning, folks. This is Dr. Freedom, and this, of course, is the Omega Files, and we're here, of course, to discuss Death in Heaven, the Series 8 finale. All right, let's go around and get hey there, hi there, ho there from everybody. Let's start with Harry.
Good morning, everyone.
Callan.
Hello.
Ryan.
Hello.
AJ.
Hello.
Graham.
Hey, guys, I'm back, and I'm much more sober.
We need to fix that.
I don't believe you.
Phillip.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Bill.
Hello, hello, hello. And Hatshepsut says hello as well. Hey, she didn't mean. Oh, there we go.
William.
Hello.
Did I make you move? Did I make you move? I'm such a bastard.
Yes, the master with his pet kit.
And joining us for the first time in a long time is Wolfgang.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Now, this was one that definitely got mixed reviews because, well, we had a whole lot of dying going on. And then a scene that just, you know, especially with the way they had the fog rolling over the graves, kind of reminded me of Return of the Living Dead.
Yes, it did.
It's like, yeah, they must have got a hold. Yeah, that's my only theory. Maybe the Cybermen got a hold of some of them tanks, you know, that were left over by the army. You know, I can't even remember the name of the stuff that was in those, but it was trioxin, I believe it was, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then next thing you know, you got Cybermen popping up out of graves. Oh goodness! Let's go around and get the high points for this story. You know, let's start with Wolfgang. What was the high points of this story for you? What did you really like about this episode?
I kind of like the setting on. I like the airplane setting. It kind of reminded me a little of that Harrison Ford movie, Air Force One. That there's a lot of fighting in the airplane.
Also, yeah, someone said that the one scene with the Cybermen attacking the way they did kind of reminded them of Moonraker.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what else?
I don't know. You know, I kind of thought it was scary when the master was telling Osgood about, I'm gonna kill you in a minute, and I was a little like Mystique in X-Men 3, saying she's gonna kill a guard and do it. But you know, I mean, anyway, Missy was talking about like a countdown. I thought that was kind of scary.
Me, I'm sorry. The second she began the countdown, I've been guards. Shoot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let's see how many times you can regenerate. Open fire.
Or, you know, when Missy said that she said, I'm going to kill you, if I was Missy, I would have done, I don't know, maybe just snap Missy's neck. I'm like, no, you're not.
Or what happened to those funky tranquilizer darts that you had a minute ago? Jeez.
Exactly.
And are we just completely neglecting that the guards would have seen Missy remove her handcuffs?
That too. Yeah, that was a little bit of a...
Or did those guards...
What I thought was going on was that she partially, like, hypnotized them or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Or I was going to say they're close personal friends with Uville. They got some stuff.
I am the mistress, and you will obey me.
Have you been watching the way that Pissy watches?
Let's move on down to William. William, all right. What did you really like about this series finale?
I liked it that the Doctor was made president of the planet Earth. I liked it, Missy in the whole episode, and even though it was more like Iron Man that the Cyberman was able to fly for the first time.
Dun, dun, dun. Like I said, I think it would have been better if the whole airplane sequence, when they start ripping apart the plane, they said it was "Shoot the Thrill" by AC/DC playing. You know. Yeah. Okay. Bill, what did you really like about the series finale?
Oh, well, let's start with the best one, Missy. And I'll tell you what, right there is a reason to watch the episode again with tissue paper. Other than that, I'd have to say overall I like the way that the Cybermen were used, which amazed me because I expected to really hate that. I've seen the Cybermen just used horribly in Doctor Who of late.
Oh, yeah. Nightmare and Silver.
Yeah, and this was really cool. And getting to see Danny Pink as, you know, Cybercorpse over there. And you get to see how the Cybermen look under the mask as far as, you know, story is concerned was really cool.
He had a new voice. Voices were different.
Oh, yeah. The voices were far better.
Yeah, that was definitely an improvement. Yeah, they still have the whole Iron Man thing going on, but at least the Cybermen were implemented well.
There's no Cybus logo on their chest, right?
Well, that's been gone for a while, actually.
These are all... Well, yeah, still they're converting off of there, but basically these are Mondos Cybermen.
They've beaten them on Daisy and Cybermen since what? Pandorica opens?
Yeah.
Have they?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
If you actually look at the designs, the C was gone on their chest, and it was just a basic
Yeah,
circle.
I understand
And they
that
had...
part of
Here's
it.
the other
Yeah.
thing. They had they had spacecraft. The ones from the other Earth didn't.
Nope.
Yeah.
They were completely terrestrial. They were a baby race.
Yeah, the only reason that you saw the same suit was basically budget.
Yeah.
That's why they kept the Cybus style Cybermen around for a long time, but they actually weren't Cybus Cybermen. It was just basically, well, we got the suit, just go ahead and use it. Okay, Phillip.
I'm going to say exactly what Wolfgang said about the 2 points: the plane attack and Missy's torture of whatever her name is. What's her name again?
Osgood.
Osgood. Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, I like those two scenes. They were very, very good. Very well done.
Osgood, a.k.a. Smoking Burning Video Toast.
Or a date Zygon.
All right.
Yes.
No. Get it?
Yes. Yes.
If that plane had landed, they'd be picking up Osgood with a dustbuster.
And I have to say it again, Missy was delectably evil.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
She beat Sim hands down in this episode. I mean,
Missy did not work for me.
There we go.
Oh.
Missy was too crazy for what the master is supposed to be like.
No, she's crazy. That's point blank.
He's always been crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
this was
okay.
over the top.
Harry. She was on she was on PMS, man. That's why she was like that.
For God's
Man, if that was Gallifrey and PMS, I hate to say what Gallifrey and menopause looks like.
Oh, that's easy. It's called disintegration chamber.
Oh, that's what I call it now. Oh.
She's having hot flashes and wiping out entire populations. Okay, Graham.
With good high points in this, to Michelle Gomez. I watched it back 3 times this morning, and I just can't get enough of how to take on the master. Or the mistress, what they call her. Capaldi, nice one always. A little bit less of, well, I was going to say a little bit less of Clara, but I suppose she got fouled towards the end. But all in all, I can't complain about this, guys. I mean, is it perfect? Not fair. But is it the worst? No way.
Okay, AJ.
Yeah, my favorite parts was the opening sequence where it had Clara's eyes and Jenna Coleman's name came up first. Instead.
Oh no, that was terrible.
I know, but it was a joke. I know, but I liked it because it was giving the illusion that maybe she could have been the Doctor.
Yeah, I think they're just psyching up the fans is what they were doing.
Yeah.
The fact that the Cybermen must be stupid as hell with a scanning thing, don't realise she's a little bit too harsh. So, yeah, whatever.
To be honest, that whole opening title sequence really detracted me from the story just straight up because of the really dark tone that the prior episode set. I was going in this one, then all of a sudden that happened, I'm just like, well then. But yeah, whatever.
It didn't distract the story, man. Just an opening credit.
No, okay, I might have been... I can't find the words to describe how I felt about it. It just seemed a bit out of place.
It did. I would agree with Ryan on that one. It served no purpose, to be honest.
It was a joke. Take it for what it was and move on, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I think it was just saying, hi, father's leaving.
Well, better off to the North Pole.
She ain't she's gone, mate. She ain't coming back in the North Pole.
Wait, who ain't coming back?
Jenna Coleman.
I don't know.
We'll see.
No, otherwise we would have seen her there with the Doctor at North Pole.
Then again, look at Mummy on the Orient Express.
Hang on. Phil, it's no different to the God Complex. Bye-bye. Episode later of 2 later. How you doing?
Yeah, I know, but can't they just... This is a perfect time for him to have a new companion in the Christmas...
No, not in the Christmas one.
Yeah, pick her up at the Christmas special, or pick whoever it is at Christmas, and continue into the new series.
Nah, this episode, the Christmas one would be the perfect time for him to say goodbye to her. That's it.
Hang on.
He said goodbye to her just now. He can't keep saying goodbye to her. It's just bloody boring.
Exactly.
Let Graham speak.
Can somebody get a Valium and a V8? The clue was in Nick Frost's dialogue at the end. She's not all right, and neither are you.
Yep.
So what? Leave us a moaning bitch. God's sake.
No, but that means at the end of the story, when Santa would give the Doctor a wish, he would give it to Clara.
We don't want Clara. We want him to find Gallifrey. That's what we want him to do. That's the wish that he should have.
He could do that on his own. He don't need Santa for that.
He couldn't find it on his own. Missy lied to him, so therefore he needs help.
Phillip, you'll get your wish in time. Just sit on your hands and knees, sunshine.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Oh man. It's like,
I don't think that Missy lied. She just left out a detail.
I'd agree with that.
I do too. I think Gallifrey's there, but it's either on a different plane or it's for some reason you can't see it.
Well, like a second at a time.
Okay, if Gallifrey's back where it's supposed to be, how did that happen? Who put Gallifrey back in its original constellation coordinates?
I've got an idea of what
discovered.
might have happened.
Okay, I admit I was bored.
Think E-Space Trilogy.
Yeah.
No, don't bring up the E-Space Trilogy, because then you think of Adric, and then it just goes to hell.
The idea that when they first arrived, until they put the new thing in for the scanner, everything from the point of view looked like it was Gallifrey, but when you stepped outside, it wasn't Gallifrey.
That was to do with the scanner being faulty. Nothing to do with
You got the same thing. That's what happened to Capaldi. The doctor shows up, only it's not Gallifrey. It's Gallifrey, but on a different plane, different dimension.
It's still in the pocket universe. That's where it is. It's still there. She just gave him the coordinates, which I don't get. Those are the coordinates of Gallifrey. Yet he doesn't realise that that's not where Gallifrey is now. It should be still in the pocket universe. So why give him?
Yeah, go on. Still safely tucked away in Moffat's bum.
Unleash it upon us, if he ever does decide to release it upon us.
Okay, but with that in mind, let's move on to Ryan. High points of the episode for you.
Well, I'd have to say the overall tone of the story was quite dark, considering that. Well, then again, this whole series has had a more dark tone to it, with a few exceptions. But the Cybermen were really utilized well, which is something, to be honest, I don't think we've seen in the new series so far. I don't feel the Cybermen have ever been utilized well in the new series. Whether that be the fact that they're the parallel Earth ones or something. Something was missing from them, but this one really made them creepy again. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this takes them next. Probably not next season, have a break from them. But, yeah, really good to see them utilized.
Okay. Callan?
Yeah, I liked the way Clara said to the Cybermen that the doctor got his doctorate in Glasgow University. He picked it up in the wrong century, which tallies with the moon base. When the doctor said he studied under Dr. Lister.
That's right.
I like that. No, it contradicts what Drac said. He said to the doctor that he got his doctorate. But I liked how Clara said she was an incredible liar. And the Cyberman Danny puts his head down. He just looks so sad. I like the Missy song. Oh, Missy, you're so fine. Oh, that's a nice song. Of course, I like Missy. That'll do.
Oh, dear.
And also the Mary Poppins entrance.
No, I hated that. What a bullshit. Oh,
what? Oh,
that was ridiculously. That was not needed. That was ridiculous.
He is jealous because you wanted to do that for Halloween.
Who said he was waiting for Halloween?
Ooh. No, but come on, that just took it a bit too far, really.
Oh, come on! You knew that was coming all season.
It was coming, but it didn't need to be seen. Come on.
Oh, all right. Well, let's get to Harry. Harry.
There were only two things that really stood out for me in this episode. First one was when Claire tried telling the Cybermen that she was the doctor. And the second was when, toward the end, when you saw the one Cyberman getting a salute from the doctor. There's only one person in the entire history of the show that the doctor would do that for, and that's the Brigadier.
Ah, yes. That touching scene at the end where we have the way you call it, the Iron Brigadier. Or Cyber Brig, or whatever we're going to call him. And just think, he survived the episode, which means we need a spin-off. Yeah, but where would
Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Cyber.
Didn't survive the episode. He flew and blew up last.
No, he didn't blow up. He just flew off.
Nope.
Well, we didn't see him explode, but it's implied.
It is?
Oh, really?
Yeah, why would he want to continue as a Cyberman?
Exactly. That doesn't really make sense.
Because he's the Iron Brigadier. Don't bring it. Osgood is dead. The brig isn't. Ha!
The Zygon is dead.
No.
And you know what? He would have to be maintained every now and then because a Cyberman needs its operational tomb or alcove to keep itself.
Damn it! That means that they can bring back Osgood.
Why?
They could say that one or the other is the Zygon. Either the Zygon died or the Zygon is going to be her forever to mourn her or some crap.
I'd believe it. Yeah, they'll probably use that to sweep her back out for another appearance.
Predicted it here.
There you go.
I have another problem with the boy that Danny sent through to Clara. Is she going to go travelling to Afghanistan to find his parents now?
No, you send it to immigration. Let them deal with it.
I think that Torchwood would sweep this child up.
Fortunately, Torchwood isn't around, thanks to that most evil menace that smited it called Miracle Day.
Well, I'll tell you something. Someone's gonna have to sweep Osgood up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, technically, her dusty remains were in the plane, so
she got scattered.
So not only did she get turned into a pile of pocket lint, but now she's spread out across the plains of England somewhere. So technically, you could say she finally got her fondest wish. She got laid all over northern England. But
wrong on so many levels.
But okay, let's talk about some of the other characters in the story. Harry, other characters in the story that stood out for you?
None of them really did stand out. I mean, none of them were a major character. Nothing really stand out for me. I mean, the only one is that the only character that really caught my eye was the Brigadier as a Cyberman. Even he went off and ended up destroying himself. But it just basically, it was a way to tie up everything, tie up loose ends, and get ready for the new season. That's what Moffat did, and it tanked.
Huh. Okay. Callan?
Well, just missing it pretty much. Donnie was good. He put his head down like that and looked all sad. The poor Cyberman. Well, that was all. Yep.
Okay, Ryan?
Well, Missy, for starters, she was really crazy, which I'm actually surprised I didn't hate. Because I hated Sim for the same reason, that he was just so crazy. But with Missy, I don't mind it that much. Which I really hope she shows up again at some point. But but for what he was in it, I really liked Seb, especially with the way he went out. Missy was just killing people left, right, and center. So yeah, I really enjoyed those two.
All right. AJ?
This is for favorite parts, is it? Yes.
Well, I was going back under what other characters you think stood out in this story?
All right, another character that stood out. Cyber Brigadier. I thought that was pretty cool how he saved his daughter.
Yeah.
Where else? Missy completely off her nut. She's like loopier than a Fruit Loop. Who else is there? Let's see. Poor Danny. I know most of you guys probably would have hated him, but to risk himself in that way to save the Earth, including Clara, I thought that was pretty good.
I know. I saw those touching scenes with Clara and Danny in the cemetery, and I just kept thinking, Clara, don't cry. Please, don't cry. He might have a groinal socket attachment like Crichton. Okay, Graham. Okay, I'm not sure what that was. Okay, Graham. Graham, you still with us?
Give me a beer.
All right.
Hey, sorry guys, I accidentally hit the mute button. Shit.
Okay.
Well, Missy goes without saying. Seb, I got a kick out of him the way he went out, obviously. I'm going to say Colonel Ahmed. I know he was barely in it, but I love the way the doctor.
Who was that?
Manscout. Yeah, Manscout. I just love the way the doctor kept putting him in. You know, it's not rain, Manscouts. You know, so all in all, the usual suspects. And for some reason, I know people have got their differences when it comes to Kate. I didn't hate her in this.
Yeah, she's two-dimensional for me.
Yeah.
In fact, I was excited when she fell out of the plane.
Really?
Yeah.
No, not poor Kate. You know, I think the only thing that really offended me about her in this whole episode were those god-awful orange shoes.
The funny thing is, he brings up when she fell at the plane. I loved it. But when Missy turns and goes, "Oh, don't be like that. I'm going to miss her too." Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
All I can say is this. Them orange shoes, though, they must have really been damn good brand because she still had them on when she was on the ground.
What's the money? What's the money?
Yeah.
My God, she just fell out of a plane for crying out loud. She kept her shoes on. Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping those would get sucked up into the turbines along with poor little Osgood's remains, but okay.
Oh,
All right.
It's funny because when I was watching that, the scene where Osgood bites the dust, yeah, my brother's like, why didn't her glasses get disintegrated? I'm like, because the doctor needs a way of finding out she's dead.
I can get right now, but Osgood.
Let's face it. That's exactly why Missy broke up the glasses, so that he would notice.
Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Osgood turns to dust.
Oh my god.
You know, if she would have hummed that, I would have cracked up laughing.
Okay, let's move on to Phillip.
I got to. Although I initially didn't like the idea of the master being female and being Missy, I must admit in this episode she chewed up the whole show really, and
Yes.
her craziness was beyond parallel, and so I'm going to say that she was my best thing of the whole episode. She was the best person out of it all.
Well done, Philip. You're coming around.
Yeah, you're
son.
welcome. I'm telling you, she knocked it out of the ballpark like Freedom always said. I do agree.
Yeah,
And that was
fantastic. Bring her back. I better have back to Ainley, man. It just keeps surviving.
But my secondary person would have to be. I don't know. There isn't really a secondary person I could say that stood out for me apart from her.
Hmm.
I mean, I think Seb was totally wasted anyway. There was no. I don't know why they did that. He was totally wasted.
A paycheck.
Yeah, true. Oh, I don't know. Who else was good at it? No, there's no one else. Just Missy. She stole the show for me.
Oh, super.
It's really funny just watching all the Cybermen wander around in the background.
Oh yeah, that's a point. That's a low point for me. The Cybermen just sitting in the graveyard like doing nothing really. That's pointless.
They're checking cyber Twitter.
I'm sorry, but when you saw the Cybermen wandering around the graveyard, I just wanted to hear the beautiful line of Andre the Giant from The Princess Bride. Give them a break. They've been mostly dead all day.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay, Vil.
That's right.
Throw the question at me again. I've just been kind of going off into all of the side rants with everyone.
Okay, other characters you liked in this story?
Other characters that I liked in this story, honestly, in some way, all of them except for Dust Girl. And I have nothing against the actress. I just really didn't like that character. It's too much of a fangirl. But yeah, other than that, I can't really think of a character that I didn't like in some way.
Yeah, you see, the thing that troubled me about Osgood was the fact that it's like, if I was the Doctor, I'd be really troubled about her, somehow constantly finding the TARDIS and knocking on the door, going, "Doctor, please take me with you, please." She's kind of like a.
You know what? She was quite stupid to go anywhere near Missy. Anyway, consider she knows the background of the Master. She was stupid enough to believe her word and say, "Come closer, let me whisper you something."
That tells you right there. There's a possibility that it was a Zygon.
No, because she sat there and told the Doctor she knew it was the Master, and she must have read the files, whether it was a Zygon or not, which it wasn't.
You hoping?
You're off adamant on this Zygon thing, all right? Let me just say, she's not Auntie Pat. It's not Lucy Miller's aunt. She ain't coming back, man.
I hope that you're right, and you should be right. However, Moffat has this way of making a mockery of deaths, and the better the death, the more likely that he will screw it up. So even though I agree that it should not be the Zygon, I have this sinking, horrible fear in the back of my head that annoying fangirl character is going to come squeaking back out.
Yeah.
Besides, serves her damned right anyway. If she had stuck with that damn Tom Baker scarf instead of the bow tie, she could have, strangled the Master with the scarf. But no, what good is a frickin' bow tie going to do you? Nothing.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I kind of hope that she does, as long as they do one thing. If she comes back, the Doctor takes her. Then they go and they save Adric, and he traps her and Adric together in a pocket dimension for eternity.
While she's wearing Colin Baker's coat.
Yeah, for eternity. Leave them there. Then you can put her back.
Doctor!
I hate the way you say it like that. He's horrible. Doctor!
When I was watching it, before before she died, my friend was all like, "What do you think she's gonna wear in her next appearance?" Like, I don't know, dustpan.
She better hope that somebody drew a nice little caricature of the Doctor's latest set of clothes on the vacuum cleaner bag.
I would have liked it. I would have liked it if Missy said to her, "Inhale this bitch," and killed her. That's it.
No, knowing Missy, she would probably snort the remains.
Scandal.
That's.
Hang on. That's one hell of a stereotype, by the way. Just because she's saying it's shocking.
She's just flat out crazy. She'd do that.
Sorry, you're breaking up, Bittergram.
Oh, crap.
Graham, come back, Graham.
Yeah, don't follow Osgood into the light.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Okay, William.
Well, I liked it. Even though it wasn't explained how Kate Stewart knew that Capaldi was the Doctor, that stood out. The Brigadier painting on the wall, that was a good tribute to him.
Mm-hmm.
Mentions of past Doctors and stories, I liked it. That stood out. The water going into the cemetery and waking up the dead. that bugged me out. And the one with Clara's boyfriend woke up as a Cyberman and grabbed his name paper from the table.
Oh, okay. What other characters stood out for you?
Well, besides Kate, and Missy and the Doctor, the other one that stood out was probably the one that got killed by Missy.
Seb?
Yeah, Seb. Thank you, Seb.
Oh, all right. Yeah, poor Seb. He just turned out to be an artificial intelligence, what do you call it?
Yeah.
Protege or something. Poor fella. Got relegated to being a droid, just like he was in the thick of it. Oh, well. Okay, Wolfgang.
Yeah, Seb. And also, and Missy. I like those two. I thought Seb was funny, and it was kind of,
just
Seb and Missy.
Did he actually cheer for the Doctor, and that's why Missy killed him?
Yes. Yes, that was it.
Permission to squeal.
Permission to squeal. Yeah.
Permission to squeeze. There was just one thing missing for me, and that would have been if the Doctor walked up and kind of pulls out a little lint brush and goes, "Come here, you got little bits of Osgood still stuck in your hair. Come on."
I'm getting.
It'd be even better.
I'm getting him. Right.
If he walks up to Kate with like a dustpan, it's like, so here she is.
Okay, Dr. Freedom, if he shows up at Hurricane Who, I'm doing that to him.
Oh, goodness gracious. But there was lots of nifty little moments in this episode of Mayfair. You had the funeral home that was named after Dodo Chaplet.
Yep.
And how many here didn't just, I don't know, Harry ain't looking too happy. But how many folks here just kind of got a little shiver up their spine when Missy said, "Oh, my giddy aunt"?
Yeah, I thought that the right steal off, man. That was a steal.
Oh, a steal from the best.
Yeah. Oh, and another moment that did stand out for Kate for me was when she confronted the Cybermen on the street. She threw down that 1968 invasion Cybermen. Here's a remnant from your last visit, basically.
Nice.
That was a nice play. I did like that.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
although she got it strictly wrong because they've been back since that time.
No, she was just using that as an example. Don't be flippant, Philip.
No, yeah, come on. Attack of the Cybermen, they were on
No,
so.
Well, I
Yeah,
think the reason why they used that particular Cyberhead was the fact they had just reenacted the St. Paul's Cathedral scene.
Yeah, of
Yep.
course, yeah, I understand that, yeah.
So I think that's why they went with that and the fact that Attack of the Cybermen sucked ass. I'm sorry.
tinfoil. So, yeah.
There were good points in Attack of the Cybermen, like Perry running up and down the street in high heels wearing a very tight shirt. But
It was one of my favorite episodes. What do you mean?
I like
did
that one as well.
Yeah, cyber converted Lytton. That was a good part there. And there, but like I said, just to me, I don't know, it just didn't work. But that's just me. It wasn't it wasn't a god awful, like God's oh good. Dare I mention Love and Monsters, but.
I have a friend who, I shit you not, at around 22 years of age, you could tell that when he's like in his 50s, he'll look exactly like Lytton. So I showed him Attack of the Cybermen and said, "Here's your future."
Broken arms, how lovely.
All right, let's move on to, and this is one of the things I think really stood out in this episode. Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. What did you make of his performance? Let's start with Wolfgang. Wolfgang.
I liked him. Like when he said thank you to Missy, I kind of like that scene. I really did enjoy him. Or like when he said, "Oh, you elected some idiot as president," and he said, "Oh yeah, you," or something like that. That was funny. He's always been good this series, Series 8. I really enjoyed him.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of great moments in this episode. Let's move on to William.
Oh yeah, I love Capaldi in this episode. Just like Missy said, the control freak versus the person who doesn't like to be controlled. I mean, that really stood out. And then I like the part when he smashed his the keyboard on the TARDIS when he didn't find Gallifrey.
Yeah, and you actually finally get to see him break down. He just completely lost it in that moment. I really love that particular moment. Okay, Vil? With a V?
Yeah, question again?
Capaldi is the Doctor in this episode.
Oh, amazing. This was, I thought, one of his better performances, if not the best one.
Okay. Philip?
I'm not so sure.
Here we go.
I still think that this whole season he hasn't been shining enough as he should, and I'm hoping next season that he gets to be a bit more Doctor than he has been this season.
You didn't say that about Matt Smith last season.
Oh, but Matt Smith is Matt Smith. That's a different thing altogether. But Capaldi needs a bit more oomph in him next year. There needs to be a bit more make him a bit more.
Philip, what do you want? Do you want him parading about in hot pants?
No, it's not that. I just can't get
using Venusian karate.
Well, give him something to make him a bit more. Yeah, you go for it, man. It's all a bit flat for me with him. I don't know what it is.
What the hell? He skydived out of an airplane to James.
Yeah, but anybody can do that. But what I'm saying,
not you.
Phillip, got some tickets for a plane here, mate. You want some?
No, they just need to make. I think what it is now. Hopefully, if Clara's story is over and done with, they can make him shine a bit more next year now.
I'm sorry, man, but I don't see how you could have gotten any more oomph out of him in this episode unless you tied up electrodes.
I'm not saying he was bad. He was. I mean, he was what? He was okay in it. But overall, as a Doctor, I'm still having trouble with it. Overall,
get him, Graham.
I think you've just got a stereotype against Glaswegians, you son.
Well, that's your fault because that's the way you are. But no, I'm just hoping for better things from him next year. That's all.
Yeah, I did love that little twinkle in Missy's eye when she mentioned Glasgow. Yeah.
It was in her voice too.
Yeah.
She was. Was it just me, or was she slipping in and out of all different kinds of accents in the episode?
Yeah, she was.
No,
I think this is another case where Moffat should have left her alone too and let her just talk in her normal accent. That got a bit ridiculous.
I think she remained in the natural Glaswegian accent after it was revealed she's the one that gave Clara the number.
Oh
And
yeah, I love.
throughout this whole season, basically, she's been doing this whole posh accent, but now in this episode, it was just all over the place, which sort of made her a little bit more crazy in a way.
It works.
Also,
It,
hang
it
on.
like
Also,
stacked a whole bunch of other. It stacked a whole new suitcase of crazy upon her.
I also want to. I also want to understand. After all the time that we've seen her snatching up Half-Faced Man, the soldiers in the early episodes, all these different people. What happened to them? Are we to believe that they were being they were transformed to Cybermen as soon as she got them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how, especially the Half-Faced Man, the Clockwork Droid. He was basically a droid at the middle. You can't turn him into a Cyberman.
Unless he became Seb.
Unless he became.
No.
Hang on. He might have became a node for the sphere.
That's what I was hoping they'd show, that he became a cyber controller, but.
No, we're not off that bracelet.
It's
thing.
just implied.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Graham, Capaldi in this episode.
Oh, phenomenal. You see the realization when the whole happy birthday, Mr. President, and he's realised what Missy's main, ultimate end game was. It shows that he's learning as he goes as well, but at the same time, you've got that darker undertone that a good few of us here crave for. So, all in all, as far as his first season goes, fantastic. Give us more.
All right, AJ.
I thought Capaldi has been brilliant this season, and especially this episode. He went through an entire range of emotions, and he just won me over in this episode totally. But the one part was when he's facing Missy in the cemetery. She's going, "Come on, crack a smile, just a little. I want to see your eyebrows fall off."
Oh yes. All right, Ryan.
Yeah, what can I say? Capaldi's been brilliant throughout this whole season, and not only just does he nail the serious moments, but his humor is just it genuinely makes me laugh. Whereas we say David Tennant and Matt Smith, the comedy there felt very much forced.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Whereas here, you get the sense that he is like this, and it really adds to the whole alien tone, which is fitting to the Doctor, because he is an alien, whereas say Tennant and Smith played it off as a lot more human, which isn't necessarily a bad thing for a new generation. It would be better for new fans, but this new alien approach is just so much better. So that's why Capaldi is, without a doubt, in my mind, the best new series Doctor, and is steadily going up the list of best Doctors.
All right, hey, Callan.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with everybody. Capaldi's been great. Very happy with his performance the whole season.
All right.
I just hope that there is an outtake somewhere where right after he's told that he's a president of the Earth, he has a swearing fit.
I actually, in my mind, because I'd seen the trailer where when he's falling from the plane, where it's like, you're in charge now, and my mind just cut to the falling out of the plane. Like, just screw this shit. Up that plane.
Harry.
Capaldi, as always, does a superb job. I mean, Capaldi's getting up there as one of my all-time favorite incarnations of the Doctor. I mean, Tom Baker will always be number one, but Capaldi is getting up there very high. I mean, every episode's like, Capaldi is the one who's carrying the show. Most of these stories this season have been basically garbage as far as I'm concerned. Capaldi's the one who's showing what he's capable of, and they give him some decent scripts, you really see what a superb actor he is.
He's probably like number 4 on my doctor list, to be honest.
He's going to be number 4 as well for me.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because we've had a lot of great doctors in the past, and takes a lot to to bounce past that particular hurdle. They're really great performers. Like he has the alienness of Tom Baker. That's what I love about that. Also, he has the attitude of Hartnell
and the wide-eyed stare of Tom Baker. Think back for a moment to Flatline when he's looking out of the TARDIS when it's on the train tracks. That was very Tom Baker.
Well, yeah, well, your eyes will.
Not to mention that one line in Mummy on the Orient Express where he sounds dead on like Tom Baker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, talking to himself. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, he's definitely climbed the list. Like I said, there's a lot of my, I really don't try to favor any doctor over the other, but yeah, he's getting up there in the list. Okay, now for the subject we usually don't like to cover.
He has like a weird kind of first and fourth. He's got that weird influence of the first and fourth.
Yeah.
And 7.
Yeah, he has the manipulator thing of 7. He does.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with Harry. Clara in this episode.
His whole. All I gotta say about this was that it tanked. Rating wise, I'd give it a 3.
Yeah, but we were rating it yet, but.
Clara. We're talking about Clara.
It's basically the only thing about basically Moffat showing how crazy Missy was when I'm used to seeing a Missy who knows what she's thinking of, knows what she's doing, a master who may be crazy but knows how to do it in a way that shows class, shows know what they're doing. It's basically, you got off your rocker, Moffat. It's time you left the show.
Okay, you don't get more class than Mary Bloody Poppins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but Harry, that doesn't answer the question of how you felt about Clara.
Clara, basically, the lady is just, her time has come, it's time she left. She started off, did well with Matt Smith's doctor, but she never really worked that well with Capaldi's doctor, except for the one story.
I don't know. I hate to say it, but I actually did like her more in this series than the last one, because the last one they kind of, sure, she had a couple of pop-up appearances, but then they chucked her in at, over halfway through, or just about halfway through, and then tried to develop a character from there. And we didn't really get an actual introduction to the Clara Oswald we know until the Bells of St. John, and it's like, I kind of knew that was going to be a disaster, because you never introduce a companion halfway through a series. Sure, she was an asshole with the Daleks, and then, of course, in the Snowmen. But, of course, those were two different aspects of Clara. It wasn't the Clara we finally got to know. So, that's why I think she got a lot more development this series than she did last year. But, I agree with you. It's time for her to move on. She's had plenty of time. I think the Impossible Girl thing's been overdone. I think it's time for Clara to go. I honestly do. They need a fresh companion in there with Capaldi. And I'll never waver off that. Even after Christmas, if she does well. The thing about the Christmas thing is this. Her name did pop up in the credits, yes. And yes, she has been seen on set. But remember, they did the same thing with Matthew Waterhouse back after your Shock Time Flight thing. They had him pop up as an extra, literally a walk-on in Time Flight, so they could keep his name on the credits so no one would guess that his character died in Earthshock. So it could just be a ruse, because we didn't see her in the clips, but then again, we didn't see her in the clips on Mummy and the Orient Express either.
Yep.
It could be a ruse. I was kind of hoping that William's thing about the clothes was going to turn out right. Yeah, I was really hoping it was going to turn out she was the one.
I knew it was going to be like that. The way it was with how it's played out. It's just a continuity. I can't say that word. Continuity error.
Continuity.
Yeah, continuity error. Yeah.
Someone said she's wearing a different belt and whatnot. And all that. I'd have to actually go back and look just to be sure. But
I did go back and look, and it's just two different tops. The neckline's completely different. The shoulders are exactly the same, I have to admit. But the pattern and outfit she's wearing are two different outfits altogether.
Speaking of clothes, here's something else to consider. Missy was wearing 2 different bracelets. She only gave the one, which was, for the control over the Cybermen, over to the Doctor. What was the bracelet?
That was the one in her right hand, and her left hand she had another one.
I'll save that because that's the next question, okay?
Okay.
Hold on to that. Okay, Callan, Clara in this episode.
Yeah, she did all right. She wasn't drawn to her. She covered her job adequately. She was very personable. Yeah. Hopefully it's bye-bye, Clara.
All right, Ryan?
I don't like Clara at all. I feel this season they've gone out of their way to make her a bitch. Like, at times she's just, trying to pick a fight with the Doctor for no reason. And I wasn't that too impressed with what some would call a character in Series 7. But here they're just trying to give her a character and it's not working. There's the whole Clara Who debacle. Yeah, I just don't like her as a companion. And I'm glad that she's pretty much on her way out.
Okay. AJ?
I didn't mind Clara in this episode. I'm probably going to get backlash for it, but I think you're right. She has been getting stronger and stronger in the last season or so, but it is time for her to go. But I did like that beginning part where she tried to fool the Cybermen to thinking she was the Doctor. She did that really, really well.
Also, I don't think it's very smart trying to convince a very powerful enemy that you're their most hated enemy.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like,
has the Doctor ever suffered a death at the hand of the Cybermen or anyone else like that? No.
What? Well, he could have done right there and then.
Yeah, but it was pretty obvious the Cybermen thought she was a waste of space, was going to kill her. So she thought, I'll try a different tack. I'll pretend I'm the Doctor. Maybe that'll save my life for a little while longer.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, I'd kill her anyway.
Yeah.
Well, if you are the Doctor, boom, regeneration. That seems like the ultimate test.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just wing you here. If you regenerate, you're the Doctor.
That's good.
It's like
That's
the Monty Python
thinking.
logic with the witch.
Okay, Graham, Clara in this episode.
I agree with you, Brian. I agree with AJ also. I didn't mind her. She did what she had to do to basically tie up her story for the season. I do agree that she's a lot better character development this year. Although I can understand why people perceive it as a bit much. So overall, she did her job okay. I didn't mind her.
Okay, Phillip.
Clara. She's okay. I don't know. I don't get the deal at the end with all this lying. Why does she keep lying all the time? Even to the last minute, she still lies. Why?
I'm not quite sure what kind of planet you're living on.
What's
Sometimes.
the point of it?
Oh, my mom.
Rule 1.1, Clara lies even more.
There you go.
I was reading on Wikipedia, and whoever to type that up basically perceived it as that she wanted him to go back to Gallifrey, and she didn't want to get in the way of that.
Okay. But it's just like, I don't know. Overall in the story, she was all right. I mean, she didn't do much to warrant any kind of like wow. But I still don't understand why they put her in the heading on the credits. It's like, what are you doing that for? That doesn't make any sense anyway. They didn't even carry that off properly. So, it didn't go anywhere.
I presume she was there just because that was her last story. I was hoping that's what it was.
I'm hoping it's the last story. If she
Brilliant.
pops up in the Christmas one, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna cry.
Well, start crying, Philip.
Big
Well, there's
time.
no point. I mean, unless she pops up right at the end, because as we know from the trailer, she's not with the Doctor at the North Pole.
No,
she's not there.
no. Hang on.
I'm not quite sure if I was wearing the slippers in this one. I can see somebody here, but
No, Callan, hang on. That's what you know from 5 frickin' seconds of the trailer.
Yes, but the story starts off with him being on the North Pole.
How does it? How do you know that?
Because
Yeah.
How do you know that?
that's where it left us off. It left us off with him. He left her on Earth. He's gone to the North Pole, and then old Santa Claus pops in. And that's another thing. How the hell does Santa Claus get into the TARDIS, man?
Philip, how do you know he was at the North Pole?
That's what he said in the trailer. You hear him say it.
He said it in the trailer, but how do you know he was at the North Pole at the end of the episode?
Yeah, true.
That's what I'm saying. She'll pop up at the end of the episode. She'll pop up at the end of the episode.
Guys, is there a chair here I could talk to? My God, I get this in.
Oh, dear me.
Man.
Well, I'm just trying to give you a concise kind of debate.
Well, all right, think what you want, mate. Just don't be disappointed when she shows up Christmas Day.
Yeah, but she ain't carrying on after that. I know that for a fact. She can fuck off,
If
basically.
that's the case, would be it, but it's there for Christmas.
A Clara isn't for life. A Clara is for Christmas as well. Yeah, thank you.
There you go, yeah.
Yes.
They're making up for it. A lot of people had to deal with the tragic loss of Matt Smith last year for their Christmas present. Maybe for this year we'll get lucky and Clara will leave.
Maybe.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we couldn't be as lucky to have her suffer the fate of Osgood.
I want her to suffer the fate of Adric.
Oh.
No, suffer the fate of anyone who has to watch Stephen Moffat's stories.
All right, all right.
I just thought
That's all
something.
of us.
Adric was one of those Cybermen.
No, Adric got smacked into the planet 65 million years ago.
Yeah, but technically he could.
Doesn't that mean that he's technically in all of the Cybermen?
And all of us.
Oh, don't go there again.
Well, no, we're living, so we
I
won't.
need to shower now.
I don't know who started that crap that Dadric's DNA jump-started the human race, but my God. It's like, no, Adric killed the dinosaurs. He had nothing to do with it.
See, I was referring to his dust in the ground and the dead being brought back, not the whole DNA thing.
Besides, Adric hates dinosaurs. He can't be good.
Poor dinosaurs, what have they done to Adric?
And just think, it was Adric's fault that probably any Silurians who were still on the surface got wiped out. Vaster should hunt him down and kill him if he survived. All right. Well, Phil, do I have to ask Clara, what did you think of her in this episode?
Oh man. Well,
Say something nice,
I didn't get my wish, because if I had got my wish, she would have been shot by a Cyberman. She would have been killed. And, you know, it would have even been more amusing. Now, I know that I suggested this last night with Osgood, but if we would have seen one of the Cybermen, like the Cyber Brigadier, gun down Missy, and then the Doctor looks down at Missy, reaches down, pulls off the mask that is her face, and underneath it's Clara. That made me so happy.
A classic Terror of the Autons ending.
And something else to consider. Never have Cyberman guns disintegrated anything.
Yeah.
Whoa, who's typing?
Who's typing?
It's not me.
I know it's not you.
If you're typing mute.
It's not me, I can't type.
Yeah.
No, I always mute when I type.
Okay. All right. All right, let me finish up with this question. I'm going to bring you guys in here in a second. All right, William, Clara in this episode?
For this episode, the only thing that I liked about her is when she was confronted by the Cyberman, and she knew so much about the Doctor's history, like he was married 4 times, he had the genetic daughter, and a lot of other things. But after that part, she didn't stood out to me in this episode.
How do you know about all that? How does she know about all
It's up
that?
to his time stream.
Can,
Oh,
can I
that's
just
cool. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
can
yeah.
I just ask you, by the way, when she said he's been married 4 times, there's another song, there's his original wife, and then there's the chick for the Aztecs. Who's the fourth?
No, he was married.
He was married.
No,
He was married.
He was married to Susan's grandmother. He was married to Marilyn Monroe, River Song, and Elizabeth.
Oh, that's 5 times then.
He wasn't married to Marilyn Monroe. They got engaged. They didn't get married.
No, according to the family tree, he was married to her.
What, to Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, rubbish.
In the Doctor Who, you know that book I showed you, Phil, a while back. That with all the facts and
Hang
facts
on.
about Doctor.
So is Patience Susan's grandmother?
We don't know. No.
The doctor's wife, Patience.
We don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but somebody's teletyping it.
Not me.
I know. Okay, Wolfgang, Clara in this episode.
I like her. I really felt sorry for her losing Danny. And yeah.
Oh.
I thought her
Mum
acting.
went to see.
I thought her acting was good. And I really don't. So I didn't have any problems with her.
Hey, just think, that means Danny's been laid all over England, too. He blew up in the atmosphere.
You know, on this whole accent thing, I think that what it was is that Missy was using a bogus accent for her little charade, and then she drops it toward the end, and she's supposed to have the same accent as the Doctor.
Yeah, but she did say she'll keep it.
Yeah, but come on.
This is Missy. You can't take anything too literally with her.
Okay,
Yes.
Joining us late is the Monk and Nightwing. Let's start with the Monk. Monk, what did you really like about this episode, if anything?
It continued with the themes from last episode about lying. It starts out with Clara doing a clever lie, pretending to be the Doctor. Then the opening credits, lying to the audience. Jenna Louise Coleman was mentioned first. It was a close-up of Jenna Louise Coleman's eyes rather than Peter Capaldi's eyes. Then it ends with both the Doctor and Clara lying to each other.
Exactly. I don't understand that.
Even
There's lots of lines.
even Missy, to an extent, was lying about her true intentions until the end when you find out this was a gift for the Doctor. So it continues the themes of lying throughout, which I thought it was impressive. I like how they pay tribute to the Brigadier. Even before the episode aired, people were complaining about that. They heard that the Brigadier was coming back as a Cyberman. They said it was a disgrace. But I think it was a nice tribute to the Brigadier. So overall, I liked the episode.
Okay. What did you make of Capaldi in this episode?
I think Capaldi was fantastic. Since he started at playing the Doctor, I thought he's terrific in the role. The way he holds back on, he could overact. He had a chance to overact, but he didn't. He held back, but you can see the emotions in his eyes and his face. And then the tantrum he had when he was not at Gallifrey. I thought he was terrific in the role.
Okay, Nightwing, what did you like about this episode?
I think I liked pretty much everything. The beginning, all the way through right to the end. Even my favorite part was when Danny as the Cyberman, started controlling all the other Cybermen, and that was really cool because he was going from his experience in Iraq or Afghanistan or wherever he was, and that was really cool because it kind of made me think that Danny could be a potential cyber controller, and that was really cool. And the fact that he in the cyber suit for a short period of time, that they do have emotions, so that was pretty cool to actually having an emotion-filled Cyberman who could still recognize that he was in a way a good guy, and that was really cool. I mean, I like the whole episode great. Sorry. Sorry. Also, the part with all the lies, and the only part I didn't like was when the intro put Jenna first and her eyes. That was the only bit I didn't like. I thought it was like, why?
No, 'cause
Why?
It was pandering and it was obnoxious.
It was like I kind of found it quite amusing when she was telling the Cybermen all about the Doctor, pretending to be the Doctor. That was really funny.
That makes
Yeah.
the Cybermen. It just makes the Cybermen look stupid if they can't
Oh.
work that out.
And they added in some things. They now said that he's been married 4 times and all 4 of his wives are dead.
Yeah.
Also, they made a reference to the Doctor's daughter, but here's the thing. Called her non-Gallifreyan, but she has his DNA. She's Gallifreyan, and he didn't say daughter deceased, so the Doctor knows that Jenny's alive.
That's true.
Yes.
That means, maybe the Doctor knows Jenny's alive somewhere.
And right up until the bitter end, Danny hates the Doctor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lot.
That's it, officer. Keeping your hands clean. It's like, yeah, kiss my ass. You go save the universe a couple times, Danny, and let's see how you feel about it. All right. Oh, that's right. You're dead. Just like Osgood. You're dead.
No, she doesn't. I got dead.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. It says Osgood was annoying to me. Osgood was nothing more than a fangirl character. She was a doctor stalker. How she got into unit is beyond my comprehension, especially when after she sits there and admits, "Oh, I've read all the files on the Master. I know all about it. I'll just go over here and have a polite conversation with the Master." Dumbass. In a way, though, I kind of wish she was the one that fell out of the plane and no Cyberman caught her. That was a long, lingering, at least a few-minute death. Yeah, before she splatted.
Sorry. Another thing I want to bring up about the episode is Seb. I thought he was a cool character. I just didn't think he would die. And I think the way that Missy controlled, like, killing certain people, I think she could have left Seb or knocked him out instead of killing him.
Here's the other thing. He's an AI. If they really want to bring Seb in, all she did was destroy the interface.
Yeah. They can always reboot Seb if they want. You got Seb 2.0.
Yay!
As long as they don't run him off Windows 8, he'll be fine.
and see, that wouldn't even bother me because that's not, a dead character coming back. It's a freaking computer program.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, maybe he's off in the world of Tron now. Oh, well. Moving on. Okay, now as you guys brought up, there were some kind of weird, fishy things about Missy's death in this episode. And before I start around the panel, let me read the following quote. Moffat also hinted that we haven't seen the last of the Master despite her apparent end. Quote, "So supervillains don't die, do they? So I wouldn't trust anything about the character's ability to lie down and stop breathing." Okay, so let's say, do you think Missy survived? And if she did, how do you think she pulled it off? Let's start with the monk.
I think depending on how long this series continues, if it continues for several more years, she'll come back. And she probably, right when she was zapped by the Cybermen, she also transmatted somewhere at the same time.
Yeah, I think she already had the thing preset when she, so that way when the doc pressed the button, she was going to transmat. I don't think she was vaporized. Because, as Vil brought up, how many people did you see the Cybermen vaporize this whole episode? None. They exploded. She just went, phew, she's gone. Okay, Graham.
I'd agree with that. She probably, transmatted. She better come back. She's phenomenal. Yeah, better back, Moffat. End of.
All right, AJ.
Yeah, I don't think it was transmit. I think she's probably got a time ring.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That's a good. See, that's a good point. I mean, what you're probably going to find, guys, is when she does show up again, it'll be similar to the Anthony Ainley thing. She'll keep dying, but coming back with a reason how she survived.
All right. Yeah, because remember, this is the Master. He's like the Energizer Bunny of villains.
Yeah.
He's like Davros. It's like, no matter what you do to him, he's going to pop up somewhere, All right, AJ.
Yeah, so I thought it was a time ring. Teleported out with a time ring.
All right, Ryan?
Who?
Ryan.
Yeah, no, Missy's not dead. If you actually look at when she teleports off the plane, it's a very similar effect to when she's shot. So yeah, I do think she was teleported. Plus, the fact that she pretty much offers to go with the Doctor, either shows that she's very stupid because she would have known she gave the Doctor the coordinates when Gallifrey wasn't there, or she gave him the right coordinates, but since then something happened to Gallifrey.
They were the right coordinates.
Yeah, I'm beginning to agree.
I think that she just left out the details of how to either flip dimensions or skip back another second or something.
Or she did. It was like part of her plan to always teleport out of there. She gave the Doctor the wrong coordinates and then teleported just to, mess with him.
Also, but, busy.
I really want to see her again because she was very entertaining in this episode.
Bless you.
I do. I think she was spectacular. As Master, she was very, very good. I rate her up there, and oh god, I know somebody's going to shout blasphemy when I say this. I rate her up there with the classic Masters. I do. She was crazy, but she wasn't over the top crazy like Sim was.
She was over the top crazy. She was beyond Sim.
She would know. You see, Sim. All right, crazy. Sim was crazy. She was psychotic. Big difference.
Yeah.
She was more sadistic about it. A lot more sadistic than Sim even was.
Yep, definitely. Yep. A pound for the photo with the big metal man. Brilliant, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see previous incarnations of the Master having a companion. I could not see a companion surviving with Missy.
Don't piss me off, bitch.
Well, if anything, Seb would be considered her companion.
Squee!
Oh God! Can you imagine if both of those Masters showed up at the same time?
Oh, Sim and Missy, or
Sim
and Gomez. Yeah. Oh God, no! Oh man!
Wait,
it could happen.
There'd be a Master that I like and a Master that I hate.
He'd have a double heart attack thinking that he's a woman.
Missy and the Eric Roberts Master.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, two camp ladies.
Okay, she'd kick him in the balls.
Which one of them truly dressed for the occasion?
Oh.
They both did.
I always dress for the occasion.
Either that or she'd take that spiked bracelet of hers, palm it, and then grab his sack.
Wow. Just picture him trying to say something nice.
Say something nice.
Oh yes, say something nice.
That's a great catchphrase, by the way. Yeah.
Oh yes, I think it is. I think that was brilliant. Okay, Callan.
Yeah, I like Missy. It's just very watchable, Michelle Gomez. I like it watching all day.
Callan, put that tissue away, mate.
Lots of tissues and lots of socks, huh?
No, the sad part is when Missy came floating down in the Mary Poppins scene.
Oh, please stop talking about that. I hate it.
No, I could mentally picture Callan up in front of his TV trying to look up and see if he's...
Yes, I'd be in that graveyard, I'd be lying down.
I'm going to ask, before you watch that, but did you have your spoonful of sugar?
Oh.
No, I think he was more interested in a spoonful of Viagra.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm not old.
Callan doesn't need Viagra. He's got Iron Brew.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I did love the part when Osgood pulls the handcuffs out of her pocket, and then they're not mine, and then Missy's just like, well then, just puts lipstick on.
I know, that was just so bad.
They must be mine.
Oh, those must be
I'm just
mine.
like, you two guards that back there, you are the most useless pieces of shit in the history of UNIT.
Hypnotized. It's the master.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
didn't surprise me at all. That is what I would actually expect.
I hate to say this, but a lot of the unit soldiers, even in the past, should have been wearing red shirts.
Yeah.
Sorry. There were a lot of them that were just, literally too dumb to live, back then. Okay.
Who?
Okay, Harry.
I think that Missy basically had it set up that toward the end, she sent in a clone. And that's why she was able to slip away. Everybody was focused on the clone and not on her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. She'd swapped herself for an AI interface.
Yeah.
See, that it was her Zygon double. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay, Nightwing, Missy. If you think she survived, how do you think she did it? Whatnot?
I think she survived, and I think the Doctor teleported instead of killing her. Teleported her to Gallifrey. But
No, not Gallifrey. I know where she went.
No, she'd be dead meat on Gallifrey.
Alright, actually, saying that, she knows the real coordinates. So
those were the real coordinates.
They were.
They were the real coordinates of the old Gallifrey's original homestead. But Gallifrey's not there. It's still in the Pocket Universe.
True. Well, I don't know. I think she teleported away. And I don't know where she was teleported to, but she was teleported away.
I know exactly where she went.
Yeah, I know where she went, I think.
Yep,
Scotland.
she was right into my bedroom. What a fucking... I wish you... Hurry up, finish that podcast.
Callan beat me to it.
Business.
She went to Scotland. And
What kind of move?
He's a bit right up there.
Enough of that, Phillip.
Would you like to see my sausage match? But anyway, go on.
She disappeared the same way that Karen Gillan's TV career just did. Oh!
Hang on. I'm just going to get Matt there. Like she gives her rat's ass, she's in everything in her.
Exactly. It's not like it's going to hurt her any. She's still got paychecks coming. Come on. All right, Wolfgang.
Hey, what's the question?
Missy, did she survive, and where do you think she went? How do you think she did it?
Oh, I think she survived. I mean, this whole episode, it would seem that, her performance, it just seemed like they're setting up a villain. It doesn't seem like they're just gonna show her and then never do it again.
I'm really
I think she will come back because the Master is our mistress, and the Master's been in these situations before, and like in Castrovalva, they never explain how the Master's escaped from that.
My web.
Yeah, I wish there was we saw they had a regeneration scene from John Sim to Michelle Gomez.
That's one thing I would like to see.
Oh my God, I'm missing something. Oh wait a minute, I've got these.
If I think I know.
Or even worse, how did these get up onto my chest? They're my etheric beam locators. Oh,
Oh no, not again.
Take it easy, Harry.
I don't know if anyone will know what I'm talking about, but I bet it's like it'd be like one of the lines from a Scooby-Doo movie. I can look at myself naked.
That was in a Scooby movie. Jeez.
Right. If Missy did have a TARDIS in that episode, hidden away somewhere, what if you set it for hostile displacement action on herself? And as the Cyber Brigadier was shooting her, the TARDIS scooped her up and put her back in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was about to bring up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
The doctor did mention that, yeah, she has to have a TARDIS knocking around somewhere, so chances are she just teleported back to her TARDIS.
We haven't seen the Master's TARDIS at all in the new series, right?
Nope, not at all.
Right.
I think it's that red telephone box.
I think it's St. Paul's Cathedral.
Am I the only one who is totally confused as to how UNIT actually did get the TARDIS out of St. Paul's Cathedral?
They mentioned something about they got it out for the lockdown, but still, I agree with you. I don't see how they got it out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, anybody can just stroll in, We can get a crane in there and yank out the TARDIS, Why not just blow the sucker up?
If some bum in a Santa suit can open the TARDIS door, why not?
Exactly. Exactly.
Some bum.
It's the mystical power of Nick Frost.
So it kind of fits within playing Santa, doesn't it? Nick Frost, he's
Yeah, Frost.
We'll see. We'll see.
Frost, winter, Santa. Yep.
He's
Also, he's
Frost's lost cousin.
He's back naturally anyway, so it kind of fits as well.
Now, if only Simon Pegg could show up.
He did. Season
He
1.
might.
Like I said again, that way they could be back together. And Vil, I'm assuming you're going to say the same thing, probably TARDIS. How the Master got out.
Yeah, specifically. Okay, I definitely think that it was a teleport when when she was shot. And remember what I said before, second bracelet. I don't think that spiked bracelet was really meant to be just a fashion statement. This is the Master. People, this is something, if you keep in mind, the Master has always had an ace up of his and now her sleeve. This goes...
It's annoying to switch pronouns.
It was bulging and, full of spikes. I think that what happened was it was a transmat onto the TARDIS. Again, Cybermen have never disintegrated anyone that they've killed with a shot from their weapon.
Okay, well, we've been here for a little while now, but is there anything else anyone wanted to bring up about last night's episode that we missed?
Yeah, they didn't show those tombstones that was in the promo pics.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they were at the cemetery in Landfield. Those shots came right from there. Here's my theory on that, though. Maybe because backlash. Come on, look at all the rumors that were going around when there was people going, they're going to bring Sarah Jane back as a Cyberman. All the moaning and bawling. Now, if you already had that out, I think I
Titan.
Who's that?
Like I say, you taking my dictation? No, that sounded wrong after I said it.
Yeah, I just yeah.
Okay, maybe because if they had shown Amy and Rory's tombstone, and maybe if they had shown Clara's mom, and maybe if they had shown a specific tombstone, such as the original Clara, I think that they thought they were going to get backlash for it, same way they did with the cremation crap on the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was a lie. That cremation thing was a lie.
Yeah, like I guess. Well, no. If you were cremated on that side and your intelligence was trapped in another sphere, you felt it. But
No, but it's not saying that. That's saying that was a lie.
It's stated in the episode that it's a lie.
Okay, because they had that guy screaming. I thought they said something about his body was donated to science, and they're cutting on his body, and he's still.
You can feel it. It is never stated in the episode that it was a lie.
Yeah.
They felt everything.
Yeah, but
Missy had created a quote-unquote afterlife, and it wasn't the actual afterlife, you see. In this afterlife, you could feel what happened over on, to your body. But in the regular one, as far as we know, no, you don't. See, that's why it was a con. It was a sham.
I've got a question. St. Paul's Cathedral, if it was able to do all that opening up business and it had a separate dimension with all the Cybermen tombs in there, what happened to it now? Is it still like that, or I'm confused by St. Paul's Cathedral, to be honest. Is that her TARDIS?
I'm just wondering if, what you call it, Nelson's statue magically reappeared in Trafalgar Square after.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Just in regards to the last part with the Doctor going apeshit because he didn't find Gallifrey. I'm so glad that they didn't. I'm so glad that they didn't show that scene and then the scene where he goes to talk to Clara. I think it was just done so perfectly with him saying, "I found Gallifrey." I was a little bit pissed off because right from the get-go I said I didn't want this to be a one-season thing. But when he was really happy that he found it, and then that sort of oh shit moment when you actually see that it's nothing there, and he just goes ballistic. That part was just so well done.
Yeah, because we saw Capaldi all this season as an emotionally detached alien doctor, and then this happens to him, and he finally just crumbles. He loses it. That's why I really think that scene was key.
Oh yeah.
It's because he trusted Missy. He trusted her into, giving him the proper coordinates, or if they were the proper coordinates, the wrong dimension. He trusted someone who he hates hates in a way that she's evil, but likes in a way because she's a friend, if you know what I mean. A friend lied to him. That's kind of what he was.
He was a fool to trust her in the first place. Anyway, I wouldn't have taken that as a sign of truthfulness. Anyway.
Well, he did give her a kiss, so think about that.
Oh yeah, but he's a crusty old man. What do you expect?
It shows how desperate he is to find Gallifrey. And remember,
all he's got to do is ask Clara, what were the coordinates you entered to get to Gallifrey when you saw me as a little boy?
That was Gallifrey, God knows how many years ago.
Yeah, actually,
many years before time.
And he doesn't know that she went there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, true.
She didn't tell him, remember? Also, the fact she didn't type in the coordinates, the TARDIS extrapolated them from the telepathic circuit.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't the TARDIS have what do you call it? A travel log as to where he's been all these times? He could have looked up and seen.
Yeah, it probably got deleted when it disappeared from the dimension. That's probably what happens. Like it deletes it.
And look at how well that travel log. Yeah, but look at how well that travel log's worked all the way since back to Hartnell era.
And the TARDIS has a will of its own. So it's not exactly likely to help the Doctor find Gallifrey. It'll go if he makes it, but it will never do it of its own accord.
What I thought would have been really heart-crushing is that just before the Doctor opens the doors to discover that that Gallifrey's not there, the voice would have popped on and said, "You have reached your destination." No.
With the little Santa bit, I think because the knock that he did sounded, it was the beat of 4. So I'm like, oh, what was just that? But then it was Santa. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Somebody's typing again.
Bill! Okay, so before we bring it to a close, let's go ahead and let's briefly talk about the next time teaser and, of course, the little snippet we got in the credits. Let's start with Phillip.
Well, I don't know. It looks good. It looks, like I said the other day, it's a very good crossover between Alien and anything else that you can think, and Santa Claus. So it's got a good little mix there. I'm hoping it turns out fine. But me.
Yeah. All right, Callan.
Yeah, it looks a bit like what I'm doing somewhere. Looks like it. Oh, I forgot what it looks like now. Seeds of Doom. Yeah, it's a bit Seeds of Doomish. Well, high hopes for it, but who knows?
All right, Bill.
Oh, I'm giving this one. There's always some room for improvement. There are definitely a few things that I didn't like, but overall, it was a very masterful episode, which I guess is really true. So, and I did not like a lot of the writing in this season. I have to say that. I thought that it was a hell of a lot better than last season. But, keeping it into perspective with everything else, this was definitely one of the better episodes and better stories overall. So I'm going to say 8.5.
Yeah, that wasn't a question, Phil.
I know we're in a hurry to go, but I was just asking real quick about what you made of the next time / what the little.
Oh yeah, but I was trying to ignore that. Come on.
Okay.
I was opening the TARDIS door.
Yeah,
Also, the fact that guys, I can't name one Christmas episode that's been good. Not really. Snowman got close, but just didn't quite reach it. But
no, yeah, you're right, Freedom. You're right, Freedom.
Okay, Christmas episodes are I'm fiending for my next fix. Okay, let's take this hit and wait 9 months.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually need to get rid of Christmas episodes. To be honest, they don't serve any good purpose.
I would say, I mean,
It's like the BBC or heroin dealers.
Okay, go ahead, Graham.
Hang on, with the exception of this shit-ass, everybody turns into John Sim effect at the end. I thought the End of Time Part 1 wasn't bad.
Yeah, all right. I did like the End of Time Part 1 and 2. Yeah, they did go a little overboard, but yeah. Still, I didn't ever think of it really as a Christmas episode, but maybe it's because I'm, lately in the last few years, I'm used to the Christmas episode being based off someone else's novel. Okay.
It was really just the first Part 1 that was a Christmas episode. And Part 2, I don't think they mentioned Christmas at all.
Yeah. Okay, let's go for Ryan. What do you think of a little snippet at the end of the episode?
Yeah, like I said, I thought the person banging on the door was the Master because it sounded like the Beta 4 or Missy, but no, it was Santa Claus, which caused me to flip my shit. I'm just like, what the holy hell are they flippin' doing? Like, I was excited when I heard Nick Frost was in it, but alright, so Santa Claus now. Yeah, obviously it's debatable as to the quality of the Christmas episodes. With the exception of The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe, which I think is the stupidest, most boring pile of shit in the new series. I like most of the Moffat era ones. I think A Christmas Carol is probably the best of the 4 we've got so far. But this one looks to be a creepy looking episode from what I've seen of it. It'd be fun to see how Santa ties into it and what's going to happen there. And of course, Patrick Troughton's son is going to be in it, so that's going to be good.
All right, William.
Well, even though the trailer was very short, the creature reminded me, and I'm saying it reminded me of an ice warrior. Without the armor. And I was saying, if that's an ice warrior in the North Pole, somebody is ripping off Frozen Time, big time.
Oh yeah, Frozen Time. That's a good point.
If it's the Deacon from the end of Prometheus, bonus points.
Okay, AJ.
I haven't seen the actual Next Time trailer, but the whole thing with Santa knocking on the door, I think it's just going to be him sitting the Doctor in one corner and Clara in the other and talking to them about lying and, how it's bad and hurts everyone around you.
Clara, you've been really naughty this year because Santa's been watching. Oh,
now Santa has to empty his sack.
Also, are we just going to ignore everything to do with Orson Pink?
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah. Why not?
One of two things have happened here. He has been completely wiped from existence.
Yeah.
Or Clara is pregnant.
It's the latter because if you go back and watch the first part of this, Dark Water, look at the notes that she has. One of them says 3 months. What she was trying to tell Danny Pink had nothing to do with. It probably had a little bit to do with the doctor, but was actually about the pregnancy.
Okay, hold the phone. I can wipe out the whole pregnancy thing right here.
Why?
Okay, for one, she didn't get married to Danny Pink unless they're going to pull it. They did it in secret, because then how's the kid going to be named Orson Pink unless she tells him and he changes his name?
Well, look, it's very, a lot of people.
Please.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Sticking out like a beach ball.
Yeah, but a lot of people have kids without being married, and they can quite easily take on the name of whoever they want to put on the end of the child's name.
Guys, it's just like freaking Trenzalore. They'll probably never even address it.
Oh man.
Remember, because if that whole paradox, right there, where if the doctor didn't blah blah die, then how'd he end up with a grave on Trenzalore and there blah blah? I could go into that for weeks. They're never going to address it. They never do.
Time is always being rewritten.
Exactly. So Orson,
here's
Orson Pink. He's an Osgood on the wind. He's got.
That means that the Doctor's toy may still be on Gallifrey.
Oh.
Yeah. A lovely little soldier.
I'm going to puke.
As long as you don't mention Clara's little toy in her nightstand. Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Which she probably has named Danny by now, and it's probably.
I'm going to go and play with Danny now.
Unless she bought the super deluxe model that she calls the Cyberman. Oh.
My little dildo. Oh, dear.
Holy fuck, our rating just shot up through the roof.
I will call you Cyberdan. Yeah. No, that's...
Just point and click, right, Doctor? Oh. Okay. Okay, Wolfgang, little snippet in the credits, aka the next time teaser. What do you think of for Christmas?
Well, I guess it's kind of interesting, like sound popping up. There might have been kind of like a callback to earlier finales where, like, I think that the season 2 finale had Donna Noble showing up. I think it was in that tradition.
Okay.
Santa appearing at the end.
All right, Graham.
I know we can debate the whole thing about Santa Claus, but then yes, nay, maybe, who cares? But I've got to say the next time trailer does look a wee bit darker, which I'm excited for. So fingers crossed on this one.
Yeah, it didn't seem like all that jolly old happy Christmassy type stuff we usually get. So. All right, Nightwing.
I liked it. I mean, I'm happy because finally we're getting round to Santa. Like, finally. Like, we've had notably bad Christmas specials, and we can all say which is probably the worst anyway, but so this one actually looks pretty promising because, like Phil said, it looks like that monster looks something like the alien from, Alien, which I'm really looking forward to, and also Nick Frost as Santa. So
you know, I have to agree with you. The one thing that I've always said that I've wanted to see when I watch Doctor Who is Santa Claus. For those of you out there who can't tell, I am being sarcastic.
I promise you, I'm really looking forward to it.
I don't know why, but when the creatures were sitting up with the sheets over their head, I just thought, I don't know why, but it reminded me of classic series Silurians.
Irish doctors.
I don't know. Okay, let's finish off with the monk. What do you think of the next time little Christmassy thing?
The next time trailer looks promising, but the dialogue, the brief dialogue Santa had with the doctor, hints at a return of Clara. I would have been happy if Clara just was done and was not in the Christmas special.
She won't be in it. I'm telling you now, she's not in it.
Phillip, dry your eyes, mate.
I hate to say it, but sometimes I wish you could join Osgood in a chorus of "All we are is dust in the wind."
Ashes to ashes, Osgood to Osgood.
Oh,
the more that Clara is with the Doctor in episode, the less the Doctor becomes the Doctor. I don't like it when she's around him. She stunts him.
Yeah, she's got
Osgood's Vicky.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've talked about all that, let's go ahead and get this thing to a close by it's that time again.
Don't forget Harry's review.
I was going to add that in. I know what it is. We all know what it is.
Yeah.
I guess we'll start with Harry's 3 out of 10.
Wow.
Wow, that's a bit low even for me.
Even for Phillip.
Kitty move.
Now we'll move on to the monk. What did you think of this one out of 10?
Well, the episode, I know it was an hour, but it felt like it was a bit padded to make it last an hour. So I'd give it an 8.
Okay. Nightwing?
I'm gonna go for an 8 because I watched it during my break today. So that was with it watching it, I actually paid pretty good attention. It was
right. Wolfgang?
8 out of 10.
Okay. Graham?
After watching it 3 times and the interaction with Capaldi and Gomez, 9 out of 10.
All right. AJ?
Yeah, 9 out of 10 for me too. It was a brilliant episode.
All right. William?
Thanks to Michelle Gomez, I give it an 8 out of 10.
All right. Vil?
I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
All right. Ryan?
I don't think this installment was as good as Darkwater. That might just be me. I don't know. But this one wasn't bad by any means. I really loved the nice little Brigadier moment at the end, seeing as we didn't really get a goodbye for him, sadly. Michelle Gomez on top form. Peter Capaldi, as always, really brilliant. And have to give it an 8.5.
All right. Callan?
8 out of 10 for me.
All right. And Phillip?
I'm going to give it a 7.5. Like I say, as William said, Michelle Gomez stole the show for me, so that's why it's getting a 7.5 because of her.
You gotta give props to Rachel Talalay for doing a good directing job.
Yeah, but she's nobody at the moment. She does another one.
Hey, let's kick the ass Freddy sets the final night there, man. All right.
Is there only one which Hatshepsut gave it?
Okay.
What?
Hang on, Callan, I'm from the same country as you, and I didn't even understand that. You want to try that again?
You're lucky. I didn't even understand it either. I'm saying, what score did Hatshepsut give it? I'm sorry, I haven't pronounced her name properly. The cat.
Oh, right. Val, what score did your cat get?
She's just mad because I made her move a little bit, so now even though all that I'm doing is petting her, she's trying to tell me what an evil bastard I am.
Okay, so...
What's your cat score?
That sounds like a 0 to me.
It sounds like a 7.
Sounds like a drum roll.
There were no cyber cats.
Yeah, there were no cyber cats. Yeah. Oh, come on. We're taking over. As soon as we grow thumbs, you're all doomed.
They have them. They're called Duclaws.
Yep.
Well,
I gave this one a 9 out of 10. Originally, I was going to drop it around an 8, but then I watched it again this morning, and just the interaction between Capaldi and Michelle Gomez right there made the whole episode for me. So,
well, do you understand why they don't have cyber cats? Because they already have a cyber controller.
Well, guys, this one's run a bit longer than I wanted to, so I'm going to go around here and get farewells from everybody. Sorry I got Nightwing and the Monk in here late. But...
You're right, love.
My bad. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll start with Phillip.
Thank you for having me. It's been an interesting 12 weeks, and I'm sorry that there's no more Doctor Who now for another however long. So see you next year.
Oh, you got the Christmas special yet, so.
Oh yeah, of course. So that's going to be pantsing away.
Yeah.
Okay, Callan.
Well, thanks for having me, gentlemen, and we'll catch you at Christmas, hopefully.
All right, Ryan.
Thank you for having me on the Omega Files, the only podcast that's more bananas than Michelle Gomez leading a whole league of cybercats.
She's madder than a bag full of cybercats. Oh, okay. Okay, Bill.
A whole dustpan full of us.
Yes.
Final thoughts, farewell.
Final thoughts and farewell. You should be very, very weary of angering the great Hatshepsut. Remember always, there are 2 ways to watch Doctor Who. And if Missy is there, Pissy can tell you how.
Okay, William.
Thanks for having me here, and Moffat, if you had any brains, bring Missy back next season in a 2-parter, not Place on Earth in outer space.
Oh God, I'll be out of socks in no time.
Oh. AJ.
Thanks for having me, guys, and I'm looking forward to the Christmas special, and I'll catch you next time.
All right, Graham.
Goodbye.
All right, Wolfgang.
Farewell, and I can't wait till Christmas.
All right, Nightwing.
Thank you, Freedom, for having me on whatever episodes I have been on, and it's been a very interesting 12 weeks. Very entertaining 12 weeks, and a very, I'd say, questionable 8 weeks. Like, who the fuck is Missy until, week 11? We didn't actually know. It was just speculation, and that's what I kind of liked about this episode. It was a bit rocky getting off, with the 5 episodes getting leaked, but, what are you going to do?
And the monk.
Thanks for having me on these past couple weeks. It's been a great time. To my fellow Americans, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving when Thanksgiving rolls around. And we'll see everyone at Christmas.
Well, there's one more thing.
Yeah, and we're going to do a season 8 recap.
Thank you.
I must be that.
Bill, will you stop raping the cat, man?
It wasn't that bad.
The only thing that I'm doing is I'm not letting her climb up on my keyboard.
Say, it wasn't that bad.
No, you're not going up there. It is not your perch. It is not your perch.
Take that off again.
Yeah, we're still recording. Yeah, all I can say, guys, is, all right, I'm thinking about, because 2 weeks from now will be around Thanksgiving, right?
It is?
Isn't
In
it?
America. It's the third Thursday of the month.
In other words, yeah, thank God we got rid of those British guys way back when, ain't it?
Bastard.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. Because I'm not sure if 1 week's time would be good enough for you guys to sit down and go back to the last 12 episodes. So what I was thinking about doing is putting it back to 2 weeks.
Will this be on a Saturday or a Sunday?
It'll be put us on Saturday, Sunday. Let's make it Saturday the 22nd.
Right.
Yeah, because the DVD would have come out by then.
Yeah, that would be 2 weeks. Just go back, look over each episode, write down some notes, and then we'll all come back here 2 weeks from, almost 2 weeks from today, because I'm making it Saturday. And we'll sit down and we'll look back over Series 8, give it a good going over.
I'd actually pick our favorite episodes.
Yeah, you can pick your favorite episodes, maybe even go back and look at your Omega Files appearance, maybe see if you want to change the rating on one of them.
You heard that, Phillip? You can change your ratings.
I'm not changing nothing. I'm sticking to what I said.
I would love to get everyone's feedback on this idea of how they should have an opener. You start off in space, and you're seeing a straightened coat hanger flying through the air. And as it zooms in on this coat hanger, you see droplets of blood that are dried to it. And then we pan down the coat hanger until we get to the hand of Jar Jar Abrams, and then the words abortion trek.
Bill, can you quit smoking that shit, please, darling?
No, I think that's what they were going to try on Kill the Moon.
I tell you, I'm quite sober at this point. But I think that there should be an abortion trek because we already have one.
Okay, guys. Well, we've been running way long enough, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to everyone out there. Join us in 2 weeks. We're going to come back for the Series 8 in review. So take care. See you all then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That means 14 days.
Well, the 22nd. Bye-bye.
So what are you going to do next week then? Oh, no, there's no next week.
Yeah.
Going to have a blooming break. Give the guy a break, man.
Yeah.
Well, Phillip.
Hey, guys.
I haven't hit the stop button yet.
Okay, next week we're talking about 7 whole days. That's enough time for us to easily get in 100 podcasts.
Oh, come on, 150.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys. Bye-bye.